This is thank you, because my view right there was not the best view ever. It was just a straight up pug butthole.
Did I hurt you?
No, she's fine. He's fine.
Did I hurt you?
I think he's just being a drama king.
Are we good?
Quinn.
We rolling?
Yeah. Pugs are so weird.
I'm worried about him during this.
It's going to be fine. If we get disconnected at any point.
Oh, I'm not worried about that. I'm worried
point.
about him howling.
Oh, that's fine. It's just
Is that funny?
ambiance to
Okay.
the podcast.
Okay, you got to chill.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not mad about the howling because I heard it and it's the cutest howl ever. So that's all good. I like how you're matching your pug.
This is what you have to start to do, though, right? When you have animals, you have to start trying to match their fur color so it doesn't show up. Look at this couch. Like, I need to get a light couch just to match the new rescue pug because he is just shedding everywhere.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to go home and my dogs are going to hate me because they're going to think I cheated on them. Because I am for sure not coming home with their fur.
Yeah. Welcome to the Fitish podcast. Today you have me, J-Si, as always, Wheezy, and the new addition to the family, Hefe, Mr. Hefe.
How do you feel about the reception he gave me? Were you wondering if, Hefe was going to hate me?
No, he likes everyone. He does? He likes everyone. He's very loud. I love your baby blue fingernails, by the way.
I don't hate it. But I hate that I forget that I have these on.
You know they make remover pads that you could just keep in your car.
I know they make nail polish remover, I believe is what it's called. And I asked Kinsey for it because I noticed that several people were staring at me in a very weird way. And she told me that she ran out of it.
Oh, that she ran out of it? No, she didn't. She just said that. So your daughter did this.
Yeah, Chloe asked me to paint my nails. And I was talking about this to my friends. I can't say no to her. So easy for me to say no to my boy.
It's your daughter. Yeah,
but
of course
Chloe,
not.
I can't say no to her. So she wanted to paint my nails. And so she gave me light blue on the left hand and I got sparkly gold on the right.
Oh, that's subtle, but that's nice. I love that. Yeah, and I love it probably when you're at the gym working out.
Yeah, and it's definitely chipping off and it's not very even. And my pinky though, Jenna, I woke up and do you see what I see?
Cross.
A cross. I don't know what that means, but I woke up with a cross on my pinky. So now I'm thinking
I think it's a sign from God.
That's some sort of sign.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to keep it.
Well, you're manly enough, I think, to pull off the nail polish.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, I don't really care because I'm married. I'm not out there hunting for ladies. Mm-hmm. So I don't think I'm going to turn anybody off. And as I don't
know, it might be a turn on because I feel like I'd see you and be like, oh, just another meathead at the gym. Oh, fingernail polish. He has depth. How interesting.
Yeah, you're probably thinking I'm doing it for a cause or something. But no, it's just this. I honestly do when I do see a guy with nail polish on, and it's always like on the pinky or on the like one of the fingers, and it's normally black. I think they're pretty cool.
I sometimes think it's just a blood blister.
No, it might be. You're right.
On just one finger and it's black. Yeah, it could be just a really bad bruise because he was doing manly shit.
Speaking of manly shit, I don't feel very manly. And speaking of Kinsey, and probably why she's being so petty towards me, I did something for the first time I've never done.
What?
I turned down sex.
Oh, wow. Why?
I was tired.
Yeah, shout out.
But here's the thing.
You turned down sex. That's such a thing. You'll have sex like twice a day, though.
That's the thing. I feel like we had just done that earlier in the day and then the night before. So I was genuinely tired. And so when the night came around, I don't know what's going on with Kinsey. I don't know what was going on with Kinsey, but she's. Does
she want to have another baby?
No.
She's just horny.
I think she told me she was ovulating and she just wanted it.
But that's when you get pregnant, right?
Oh, of course. Yeah. Yes.
You've been down that road a couple times.
100% know that. But I honestly, I just said I was tired. And I try to tell her, listen, it's not you.
Was she upset?
I think so.
Yeah.
Not upset, but she keeps bringing it up. And it's been a few days.
I think it's exciting when you want to have sex and with someone that usually has a higher sex drive than you and they don't want to, you feel like, I don't know, there's some sort of like validation there, I guess. Y'all are pretty good though. I mean, Fran's sex drive's like way higher than mine.
Right.
It's not, and then he makes me feel like I don't ever want to have sex, but I just don't want to, I don't want to have sex every day. Like I don't want to have sex every day. He wants to have sex twice a day.
Oh man.
And I'm like, can we do like every other day, or he'll complain and, and then you start feeling like, gosh, then he makes me feel bad. Then I start feeling like, well, he's definitely going to cheat on me because I'm not giving him enough sex. He's like, no, I'm not going to cheat on you. I only want to have sex with you. But of course it starts, I mean, I don't think I've been with someone whose sex drive's so high. I've definitely been in the reverse where like I wanted to and someone didn't, but then I realized like their sex drive must have been really low. But with Fran, his sex drive is so high that I'm like, is this why men cheat? Like because their woman like wants to have sex every other day and he wants it like twice a day?
No, men cheat because their woman won't give it to them ever. That's got to be like a girl will sleep with the guy for like maybe once every 2 months. And that's when I think guys start straying. Yeah. If you're fine. He is not going to go out there. But it's in my head now because she has brought it up a few times. She brought it up the next morning after that. Mm-hmm. She goes, I can't believe you turned me down last night. I was like, I just don't know how to respond to that. And then I got in my head. Then I'm like, wait, what if I'm getting to the point where your boy's going to need some boosters?
Yeah, boosters. Like, you might need some tea.
What if I got to go to that tea spot?
I want some tea.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
can we go together and get tea? I wanted to get tea after testosterone is what we're talking about. I wanted to get tea after I froze my eggs because they told me that I had more testosterone than estrogen. I think something like that.
Yeah.
But that it took me longer to get my hormones to a place to freeze my eggs. I had to do like a couple extra days of shots because they said I had more testosterone, which the only thing with the testosterone that I really felt in hindsight is that I could get in shape real easily. You know what I mean? Like exercise wise, or like I have a little more muscle mass and tone up that I could see that. And I don't feel that I have that anymore. I actually feel like I have more estrogen now. Like I'm always crying at not even sad things. And I don't want so much estrogen in my body.
Maybe we could just get like a 2-for-1.
Fran was like, you cannot go get a testosterone shot. You're going to grow body hair. I'm like, and I have body hair everywhere.
Yeah, you shave it.
Already. I'm not going to get a mustache from one testosterone shot.
Would you be mad if you were Kenzie? Because she's very anti that testosterone. She thinks it's going to make me turn into like a Hulk and become aggro aggressive. And
testosterone's different than steroids.
Exactly.
Right?
That's what I try to tell her. And I'm saying, look, at some point in my life, I'm going to need this.
Like a big forehead and like back knee
like
and a micro penis.
I'm going to look like a freaking caveman. Like that's not going to happen. And I know that science has come a long way. So
which is funny to me that men want to look so masculine, yet we know that it like shrinks their penis.
It does not shrink your penis.
Steroids do.
No, it does not. Steroids shrink your balls. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it shrinks. Obviously, I've never done them, so I don't know. So if you've ever done steroids and your penis shrunk, please let us know on the email.
So it's just like ball skin.
Yeah, I think your balls just kind of like raising up and they shrivel a little bit.
Yeah,
but I don't think your actual peen gets smaller.
Okay.
Of steroids.
I'm giving out false information just to be funny. Don't listen to everything I say. No, don't listen to me.
You could be right.
I mean, how would it shrink a penis?
I don't know. See, that's another.
It's not like a shrunken head.
I heard that. I was reading that as you get older, your ears and your nose, those keep growing and all that stuff. But apparently your ween can get smaller the older you get.
And it gets a hunchback.
Would it be bad though if I went to the tea clinic without telling her? Do you think that's something I need to talk to her about? I just want to go in to go check. And then I won't make any decisions until I talk to her about it.
I think you can go, right?
Right. You wouldn't be mad at Fran if he did that?
No. If he came back with pamphlets and information, or if he like got a procedure.
Maybe I just leave the pamphlet on the counter, to let her find it and be like, what's this? I was like, I was doing research, obviously, because I don't want to do it without you. And then I let her do the shots on the butt.
I think that's good. Yeah, I think that's the good plan. Yeah, I wouldn't do the shots without her knowing, because then she'd feel that feels like an element of cheating, in my opinion, if someone were to go get a procedure done and not tell their partner.
I just want to tell her my goal is to never say no again.
To sex.
Yeah.
I watched Promising Young Woman, a Carey Mulligan movie done by the director of Killing Eve. And it wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. And it's strange, this world we live in now. I think it's amazing that with COVID, we're able to even get some entertainment churning out that we can watch movies from home. Because that's always been like a dream of mine, is just to watch new releases from the couch. Because as much as I love the movie theater experience, there's a lot that bothers me at the movie theater, from the germs to the noises, like people opening food they've snuck in and talking and asking questions. And hey, maybe someone I went with that's asking too many questions after they went to the bathroom. Because I like to really like watch a movie and get
Me too.
engaged and kind of lost in it. So yeah, it was all right. I mean, it was kind of one of those movies that when you watch it, if you've seen it, it just came out. So it's $19 when you buy it at home. I mean, it's like the expensive movie because it's a new release, one of those.
That's a buy though, right? Like I keep it forever.
Yeah, you can't rent it yet. It's just to buy. Correct. Yeah, but you're probably not going to watch it again. I mean, I don't tend to watch movies more than once right off the bat. But anyway, it was good, but it was PG-13. It was kind of one of those movies where something traumatic happened to her, someone she knows, because she is like hell-bent on this sort of revenge. And you bring up the whole thing of it's my goal to never say no to women. So, she goes out. I would never spoil anything for you, but she goes out pretending to be fall down drunk at bars until a guy takes her home and tries to take advantage of her. And then she goes to get revenge on him. But, you start to learn that there's a reason behind this. And then the end actually has like a great kind of crescendo moment, like a very kind of unexpected ending, but it takes, almost 2 hours or whatever to build to it. And Fran and I watched the whole thing. And then, when you're watching a movie and you're like, this is PG-13, isn't it? Because like it could have been R-rated. And in my opinion, it should have been R-rated. I think it would have had much more oomph if it had been R. It felt a little soft at times and a little long and drawn out. But anyway, I liked it.
Is that illegal for a girl to do that though? To pretend to be drunk and then...
It's acting. I don't think so.
Right? Like, I don't think that...
I mean, guys pretend to have different jobs than they have.
That's like taking the time from a telemarketer so they don't fuck with people. So she's taking all the bad guys out of the club.
It's not illegal to pretend to be drunk. I mean, I think there's definitely something immoral about what she's doing, but she has a reason behind it, a good reason, it seems, but she's like throwing her life away just to continue every weekend to get hammered just so a guy tries to take her home and then tries to take advantage of her so she can like sit up and be dead sober and be like, JC, I said no.
Right. Speaking, it just reminded me of something that happened this weekend, Jenna. Creepy guy alert. Since we're talking about this movie and she's taking care of creepy guys. We went to a friend's birthday dinner and there was 5 of us, right? Couples and then a single girl. This is, and I don't think this is okay nowadays, but this dude honed in on the one single girl in our group. Yeah. And decided to come over with his buddy and hit on her. There's coronavirus going on, bro. Like, stick to your party. He was with a group of guys. He came over. But to get her attention, she was leaning up against the table. He put his hand right in front of her chest and damn near touched her boobies. I saw this, and this is and her sister was standing right there. So her sister grabs the guy's hand and pushes it out and goes, "What are you doing?" Obviously, dude's feelings get hurt because he got caught doing something very creepy. So he goes, "Oh, I'm just trying to talk to her. You don't have to be a bee about it." And then I'm standing right there. I'm like, damn, now I got to say something. So I looked at the guy. I was like, bro, please get out of here. We're trying to have a good time. This is their birthday. Get out of here. He goes, or what? I was like, why do you have to say, or what? Or who says, or what anymore? Just go. And so I go, or we're going to have to forcefully remove you from our party. He goes, oh, it's like that. Yeah, it's like that. Cool. Walks away. I thought that was it. But then I catch him and his boys looking at me. And there's like 6 guys at this table hanging out together, all bros, just broing out, looking at me. And they're just doing the glancing. So I look back and I kind of smile and kind of did the wave. And at one point, one of the guys starts walking towards us and he gets my attention. I look at him and he goes, hey, man, was there a problem with one of those guys? And I said, yeah. He came over here and almost touched a boob and then got mad when he got called out for it. He goes, oh, man, I don't really know them. I'm just here because it's one of their birthdays, buddy of a buddy. But he goes, I kind of recognized you because I listen to your radio show. I live in West Texas. Yeah, those guys they're talking about jumping you. And I said, for what? What did I do? He goes, I don't know, man, but he's really upset that you told him to come back to our table and they're talking about jumping you. But I was telling him that I don't think you should. Those guys wanted to jump me because he tried to grab a boob and I asked him to leave our table.
Male ego.
That's how douchebaggy guys are.
Yeah. The male ego never ceases to surprise me sometimes. I'm so glad I don't have to deal with that shit. I hate that. I hate it. I mean, I will say with men that it's weird because when guys, there's something that can be very affectionate, about like a guy touching your arm when he's talking to you, that you feel like he's paying attention to you, but not when he's hammered like that.
The best way to get a girl's attention is probably a nice tap on the shoulder, have her turn around and say, hi, my name is Jonathan. Nice to meet you, whatever. Not go up and put your hand in front of her breast and then get really close to touching them in front of the friends.
Or I remember back in the day, guys would like squeeze by you, kind of like you're on a crowded airplane.
The feelers.
But they'd like squeeze up on you and be like, sorry, excuse me, in like a creepy voice. And I'm like, yeah, you should be sorry. I was such a bitch to guys that I wasn't interested in though.
Rightfully so. You should be.
Leave me alone.
You guys are creepy. Yeah. Some guy reached up Kinsey's skirt one time at a club.
Yeah, I
and
remember
it sucks
that.
when you're not. You remember that? And I find that so many girls have had that happen to them, and nothing happens to the guys.
No.
Ever. Nothing.
Things have shifted though. I mean, very dramatically so, right? But I said that, some time ago when the Me Too movement started, I was like, it's a pendulum. I feel that the world we live in is a pendulum, whether it's political or everything that's going on in the world, it kind of goes like this, right? So sometimes it feels very left or sometimes it feels very right. But same with the Me Too movement, like it went very extreme. I think it made a lot of men kind of question their own behaviors, or it made people act differently in the workplace, especially when, I'm very lax. And I think we've worked in an environment that's really lax, that, we can have male coworkers say things to women that probably wouldn't be okay in a more corporate environment, but we were all okay with it. But I think it made a lot of men just kind of second guess it. Like, we can't say something about a female coworker's body or something like that. But I think it's for the best. I mean, even though it feels pretty stuffy sometimes, it's for the best, because it kind of had to swing really dramatically one way for it to at some point level out to what is reasonable, not sexual harassment, but like compliments and flirting. And
if it's something, here's the way I look at it. If it's something I would say to another dude at work, then I think I could say it to a girl. Like, if a guy at work shows up, like our buddy Al shows up, and I like his fit, I'm like, yo, man, you look cool today. Like, that's cool. I like your jeans. I like your. So I feel like to a girl, I can say, oh, you look great today. I like that outfit. You look awesome.
Yes,
but in some places that doesn't fly. So that's how it gets.
Your tits are popping.
You can't say that. You can't say anything about boobies. Nope.
Girls can say it to each other.
Look at the boobies.
Yeah, that's true.
Kenzie's asked me like, did you see that girl's boobs? I say no, I did not.
Who?
what
boobs?
Are you talking about?
Don't know them.
No, ma'am. Even with permission. Nope.
So something funny happened, switching gears a bit before I came in today, and the reason my hair's soaking wet right now, first of all, I did a infrared workout. I don't know if you've ever tried this before. An hour in a room that's like 100 degrees, so dying. So Fran and I did this morning, soaking wet and sweat. A cool workout, but almost impossible to get through. Like 4 people left the class, so I'm kind of on the fence of like, I don't know, is this healthy or not?
Is it like you want to leave because you're about to puke, or just uncomfortable you want to leave?
Yeah, like near death a little bit, like seeing black spots, gonna pass out, but you have to pace yourself. So, because you're doing cardio in there too, but it was good. So we run home, and of course I'm like showering. It's such a grind to be a girl, to try and get ready and want to work out in the morning. Like I feel like the girls and I here talk about it, and tell me if I'm wrong here, ladies. Like, we have to plan our day around exercise or around showering, because it can take so much time. I love the morning. Like, tomorrow morning's going to be a great morning because I worked out today, which means probably not going to work out tomorrow, and I won't have to shower or at least wash my hair because I did it today. So like tomorrow morning's going to be a good easy morning. And there
is a science to being a woman.
There is. I think men don't understand the I never feel envy or jealousy, very rarely in my life, but I do in moments like today when Fran and I go to exercise and I'm sitting there putting on makeup on a call. And he's like in and out of the shower, too flat, like already at the office for a meeting. My hair's still wet by the time I get here. And I'm like, shit, God, I'd love to have a dick. But that wasn't the story I was going to tell you. Right. So I'm getting ready and I'm on a call and I hear Franny yelling in Spanish, which this isn't kind of a normal occurrence because he talks very loudly on the phone, but it sounded, the emotion, even though I couldn't make out what he was saying, I could hear the shower running, but I could also hear him on the phone in the bathroom, and I'm in another room putting on makeup. And so, kind of
like that? Ooh.
Kind of. So I didn't know if he was upset. It felt drama though. It felt like drama. And so I finished my call and I go into the bathroom and I'm like, are you okay? And he goes, does it look like I'm okay? And I'm like, I don't know. Like,
what did it look like?
What signal am I not picking up on? Like, I didn't do anything wrong. What's going on? And and then I look at the shower, and the entire on-off like pulley in the shower is completely exposed. The water's running, and there's like wires. I don't know what was going on.
So he doesn't know how to turn off the water. He broke the handle.
Yeah, our showers had some like loose screws, and it's kind of gotten to that place where it used to be on and off. Now it's like on the opposite side. And so, he's been meaning to fix it. And so I guess I had just taken a shower. I'm very delicate with it. Like, I just kind of turn it on and off and it gets a little hot, whatever. But he obviously like heavy-handed it or tried to fix it. It came out. And of course now the water won't turn off. So he's like, I'm late for a meeting. So he is I guess, what do we call men like this? He's like a maintenance. He turns into the maintenance monster. Yeah. He's like downstairs. I hear him like he's in swim trunks. First of all, workout.
You're gonna get wet.
He goes to his. he could have been naked because he was in the shower. You're gonna get wet. He goes to put on swim trunks. He goes down to his car. I hear him start his car. I'm like, is he going to Home Depot like that? Like, is he going to fix something? He's like, I have a meeting in 5 minutes. I'm gonna be late. And I'm just like, why are you yelling at me? I'll call my handyman. And even if the water's running for like an hour, like just do it. So he actually manages to go downstairs and turn off the water completely.
That's good. And
then he comes back up with a tool set. And he's tinkering on his knees in the shower, and like every piece of the shower has come off. And I'm like, I just had to make a decision right there in that moment, J-Si, because he seemed very aggravated with me. And women, I don't know, this is something that I haven't been in a relationship like this, because one relationship I had many years ago, the guy was like, he didn't fix anything. He would just call someone, right? And so, but with Fran, I think he wants to be, he is handy. He wants to be really handy, even though he doesn't really have the time for it because he needed to go to work. But I could see something came over him. Like he was going to do whatever he was going to do. And if I were to talk to him, he was just going to bite my fucking face off. I grabbed the dogs and my blow dryer and I was like, bye, sweetie. I was like, the handyman's on his way. And he's in the shower. He's like, I'm doing it. And I was like, so do you want me to cancel the handyman?
Yes.
He's like, no. Oh. And I'm like, okay, but like, why don't you just stop and like put the tools down? And he's like, no, I'm going to get as much done as I can. I've already missed my meeting. He was very upset. He was very aggravated. So I just decided, I think the best course of action was for me to leave. Yep. He calls me. Handyman's already on his way, I think. And he calls me and he was like, I fixed it.
See?
And I'm like, did you? Did you fix it? He was like, I got it. And no, I mean, I think he is good. I trust him, but something lately with him has made it seem like he wants to fix things. Like anytime we see like my coworkers' husbands redoing a house they just bought. So he's actually demoing all the floor and putting the floor in. That's the project he wanted to take on. It looks very time consuming. Brian was like, I'd like to do that, you know? And I'm like, well, luckily we rent the townhome we live in.
Limits, fellas.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. He's not upset with you, Jenna. He's upset with himself because he saw a task that looked pretty easy, probably, and it turned into a thing. And when things that are not supposed to turn into a thing, it creates this rage within us.
Okay.
Because we're the reason for it.
I had to call my mom on the way to work. I was like, he seems angry. So I just decided to leave him at home.
Because you're not the cause of it. You're chilling. You're minding your own business. He caused it. You know, he tinkered and tankered and it turned into what it was. And so he's upset with himself. And it's hard for our emotions to be gathered at that point because all we're thinking about is fixing. That's the only thing we care about. I'm going to fix this shit. I don't care how much it's going to cost or how much time, but I'm fixing this. I don't want, you know, who's our biggest enemy at that point? Handyman. I don't want a handyman because I did this.
I don't want an expert in this shit. Exactly. I don't want someone that does this for a living.
I got all these tools I don't know how to name. And I got YouTube.
Yeah, once I saw that toolkit out on the bed with all these tools, I was like, this is going to turn into some sort of horror movie, torture scenario. I need to get out of here.
But how proud was he when he fixed it, though? Was he pretty proud?
He didn't seem proud. He still seemed like he wasn't in the best mood. So I just was like, good job, babe. And I'll see you later. I'll see you tonight. I'll see you at dinner. Bye. Love you. No, he's great. I mean, it's strange though, because he almost makes me feel like, I know you're not supposed to say your partner makes you feel a certain way, but you know, his whole demeanor about him, it's like I did something wrong. And I was like, no, like I was just trying to be calm. Like I'll have my mom come over, I'll have the handyman come over. If the water's running for an hour or two, I know that's not ideal, but it's not like it's leaking everywhere, you know, like to turn off the water. It's not like we have like a leak coming down the ceiling. Right. Like it's the shower. Sure. It's just like there's a lot going on. So, but apparently he fixed it, and I'm sure that he did. I mean, I'll be really impressed.
I think
that's what I have to do too, right? Is like show him like how sexy it is that he did it.
Yeah, brag about it. One time Kenzie laughed at me when I was putting together some IKEA furniture. That didn't work out so well. We just want to be able to do things for you guys, and we want you to be proud for us. You know, be proud of our work and be like, damn, look at my man being a man. We just want to feel like a man in the end.
Speaking of installing things, did you install your tonal?
Hell no, man. I need a professional to do that.
But this is the good thing when you get a tonal. And this is, of course, the most incredible piece of workout equipment. You can do so many things on it. But they actually will come and install it for you to make sure it's level because it has some weights involved with it.
It really does. Yeah, there's the pulley system or the cables. And here's
200 pounds of resistance, right?
Oh, my goodness. This is the best thing I got during quarantine because schedules changed, right? And not everything was the same. And so I could fit workouts anytime I wanted to because it was right there in the comfort of my own home. Kenzie's been doing some HIIT programs. They got guided programs. They got yoga, meditation. You can even customize your own workouts on the app. So I can get on my workout on my app right now, on my Tonal, fix my workout. By the time I get home, just turn it on. I'm ready to go.
Amazing.
It is so cool. And their trainers are world class.
And if you end up not using it as much, it looks like a great piece of art on your wall.
It really does. I mean, it's really pretty.
It's actually so sleek and beautiful.
It can play music for you. So if you just want to play some music in the room, that's fine as well. But look, if you're trying to get stronger, it'll help you with that. The resistance is awesome. It keeps track of your strength. So if you take some time off, it'll catch you up. It'll realize, okay, they took a couple weeks off. Let's get them back down a little bit.
It's so smart. And I just love how it's not bulky, because I think a big drawback for a lot of us that don't live in super large, luxurious homes, it's like, I don't have the space for some of these pieces of workout equipment on the market. But this literally hangs. It's mounted to the wall. It doesn't even come out but a few inches. And of course, you can have a bench and you can add some other equipment with it, but it's so sleek. It looks beautiful.
Yeah, and now they even have little shelves, so you could hang up all your weights, not your weights, but your handles and all that. And it looks really awesome. It's like super contemporary and cool looking. But if you want to try Tonal for 30 days risk-free, just go to Tonal.com. You'll get $100 off the smart accessories when you use the promo code Fitish at checkout. That's Tonal.com, promo code Fitish, TONAL.com, promo code Fitish. Tonal, be your strongest, which is what I am right now.
So I know when you showed up at the office today, I mean, you get to at least see the girls, kind of see what we're doing in here. And I had a little bit of an outburst because I had to fire a homeless man.
Oh, is this the beef with the homeless man that you were talking about?
I have beef with a homeless man.
So tell me about this homeless man. Does he live outside the Fitish office? Does he?
No. Okay. You know what? I don't think he's homeless. I think that he lives somewhere, but he's in his 70s, actually. So he's an older man. And when we first rented this space, I'm in a design district area, kind of industrial, right? So it's an interesting area. I mean, I would definitely say it can get a little feel a little seedy at night, just because we're pretty close to the jail in Dallas, which is fine, but we are. I mean, we're only about a mile from the actual Dallas County jail. And of course, a lot of people are coming and going in that place.
It's one of these places where you don't know where you're supposed to park. You know what I mean? Like you're taking a 50-50 whether I'm going to get towed or not type of deal.
Just so you know, it's all open parking. So no one owns any of the spaces.
Great to know.
Great to know.
Because I passed up a lot of them to park over there in that little parking lot.
But a lot of the spaces around here, there's art galleries and I'm trying to just paint a picture for y'all if you don't really get where I'm at. But, there's an art gallery next door that's stunning. It's almost like every fifth building's really cool. And mine was pretty shitty and run down. I got a really good price on the square footage. Well, we got some great work. A Nebraska Furniture Mart came in here. We did a deal with them and they did the floor and the bathrooms. They did an amazing job. But
is there a strip club around here too?
There was. Oh, King's Cabaret. Do you remember? That was my birthday joint.
Yeah, did it close?
King's Cabaret. I fed Mercedes that birthday cake that one year, and then she asked me to go out on a date, and I had to leave before her performance.
Weren't the ceilings 6 feet? Like you had to hunch over?
Kind of. Yeah. I just remember King's Cabaret, totally detouring, but King's Cabaret was the most amazing. It was an urban joint. Yeah, right over from one of my favorite restaurants, Town Hearth. But it was amazing. It was small, one stage, just, an urban crowd, which I think is PC to say, right? All the dancers. But, this is the good thing when you go to a predominantly Black strip club is that the music's dope. The women are dancing to great rap songs. And then but it was good. I mean, it just became this random birthday tradition because me and a couple friends would go to Town Hearth for dinner. We'd walk across the street. We'd go to King's Cabaret. We'd get a few dances. We'd watch a few songs and then we'd leave. And it was great because it was something different. It just felt different than other normal birthday stuff, I guess. I don't know. So I was very sad because we heard it closed down. But one of the last years we ended up going right before they closed. I met this girl named Mercedes. Claudia had paid her to give me a dance. And so met Mercedes. And that was the year that I had the Lil Wayne and Wheezy birthday cake. And so we had brought it over from Town Hearth. I was feeding Mercedes the cake. That sounds very raunchy. But I think she really thought I was in love with her.
You were into it.
I mean, I was into it for fun, but for novelty, but not for love. I wasn't looking for a long-term relationship with Mercedes, but she was like, I got this great dance. I'm going to go back and change. I'm going to come back up here. And so I had to leave. I ghosted Mercedes.
Oh, you ghost rode that whip.
I ghost rode Mercedes at King's Cabaret, but yeah, and then anyway, so yeah, I think they're done for. But yeah, no,
Wherever you're at, Mercedes, we're thinking about you.
I hope the girls are all doing okay. Yeah. No, I enjoyed it there, but anyway, yeah. So when we first moved into this space, this guy kept coming by and he's like, yeah, he changes clothes. Like, I don't think he's really living outside. Like, he doesn't smell like he's living outside, but he must live somewhere nearby.
And when I was homeless, I changed clothes, you know.
He's mentioned rent before. So
okay, that's good.
So he came by and he said, he had a good spiel, you know, he was like, hey, can I wash your window at the office, you know, whenever it's dirty, like a couple times a month? And he was like, I did it for the tenant in here before you, and I do it for a couple other businesses. Now, I did not check his Rex. I did not do a background check.
I did not random dude in here, Jenna.
So not inside.
Okay.
No, not inside. So we let him clean outside the window, and he was nice. I mean, a little bit off. Like, I don't know if he didn't seem drunk or on drugs, but you know, just kind of, he only has like one tooth. And so we let him clean the window, but of course he kind of duped me good. Like, I was paying him like $20 a pop, but then what happened is, you know, no good deed, right? Is the saying, no good deed, because he started coming back asking for like money in advance of the next week. And so I'm a softie with shit like this, but I just decided as I've gotten older, I'm like, no, I'm not going to be taken advantage of. And I said, no, sir, like, this is our place of employment. We're being generous with you. Like, you only get paid when you do the work, you know? And so fine, you know, then he gets kind of pissy and I'm like, so he started rubbing the girls and I the wrong way. And then it came to a head right before Christmas. I mean, I hate firing someone before the holiday, but he showed up one day banging on the window, and I was in the middle of a presentation on a Zoom that I had to actually like get up and leave the presentation. And this was the second time he had done it that day, by the way. And I said to him, I go, you're so out of line. He's like, I'm just trying to get money. I'm not going to be able to pay my rent. I was like, that's not my fault. And he hadn't even worked the last 2 weeks. So he's asking for money again. His back's hurt, whatever. And I'm like, sir, not going to happen. And he was just like, I can't believe, you know, he just lost it on me. So I in turn said, we're done here. Like,
did you say you're fired?
I go, we are no longer in need of your services. You're being very disrespectful. You're yelling, and I'm finished here. You're making my team feel unsafe. And I did. Yeah, I didn't say you're fired.
How do you respond to that?
He just stormed off. But then last week he shows up again, like he's given it like a month or two, and he was like, oh, I'm back to see if I can get my job back.
Hell no,
and he's
bro.
like ringing the doorbell. And a little piece that I decided to tell him that I haven't told y'all yet is that the day after I fired him, we showed up here and our entire porch and windows were covered with urine. Now, I just assumed that it was him. We've since moved a camera there, so now we see everything that happens outside our office, but the camera didn't really catch it at the time. So I made the mistake of saying to him, I was like, I asked him, I was like, did you come the next day? Because who else would it have been? He was like, I'm 70 years old. How dare you say that I would do something like that? You know, that's disgusting. And I was just like, well, I mean, it was the day after I told you to leave.
True.
So, you know, I don't know. And then it hasn't happened since. So I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So that didn't end well. He spit some food at me, and then I think we're done there.
He spit food at you?
So I think now he just walks by, and he had a nice jean jacket. He had full denim on today.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see his face, but I saw him walk by.
I will say I have not seen him clean anyone else's window, and we had to provide him with the tools.
So he probably got fired by everybody.
It's just a shame because I want to help people, and I understand that I recognize, you know, how much white privilege I have, you know, I do. And I've worked on it, and I want to help other people. I want to listen to them. I want to help them serve. I want to serve them. I want to find ways that I can be better in society in general, you know, but then it's bullshit like that just pisses you off and hardens you up, you know, from the homeless people that are using the dogs. They don't even know the dogs' names after I've been given the dog stuff, and they just switch dogs around with each other. It just makes you like so disheartened. Yeah.
It's you don't know who's truly needing help or who did it to themselves type situation. That's what makes it difficult, right?
And I hated drawing the line because I didn't know how he was going to react. You know what I mean? I mean, that's the volatility there with people these days, is you don't know if you fire someone that you've brought on. So now it almost makes me scared to offer anyone anything because you never know what they're going to do.
The way people, man, one time, this is one of the moments where I looked at my dad. And hey, I respect him, because he took me in as his own son, even though I'm not. And I looked at him, I'm like, this motherfucker's a G. Because we were in Mexico, in Rosarito, which is south of San Diego, right? South of Tijuana. So we're in Rosarito. And in Mexico, if you've ever been down there, Jenna, I'm sure you've seen this. Dudes just come up and clean your windshield, just because. Just they come up. Most of the time they'll be like, yo, they motion that they're going to wash your windshield. We were at a stoplight. My dad said yes, let the guy wash his windshield. It was perfect. Awesome. Great job. We drive about 2 miles down the road and we get to another another stoplight. And a dude motions like he's going to clean the windshield, but we literally just got it cleaned, So my dad's like doing the no sign. Good. Dude sprays it. And my dad rolls the window down. He goes, no, we just had it cleaned. And so he's mid squeegee and he goes, what? He goes, I just had it cleaned. Stop. And the guy goes, man, forget you. And I'm like, whoa. And I see these two like younger kids walk behind our car. And I'm like, oh, what's going on back here? So the guy yells at my dad yells at him. Window's now dirty. Everybody's in a sad mood. And then when we take off, we hear just glass shatter. These two kids had put bottles under our tires. On both of them, shattered the glass. Now I don't know if that'll pop a tire. I think I was like 14 years old.
Yeah,
when
I guess it depends.
But I think it could cause some damage on a tire. And we didn't have very much money back then. My dad stops the car, gets out, goes up to the guy. I couldn't hear what they were saying, but I see him pointing. The guy's pointing. He like puts his hands on my dad, and my dad just slapped him, just slapped him. And I remember my mom going, I know. Like, because she thought a fight was about to happen. And dude got slapped. The soul came out of him. He just went back and looked at my dad with these eyes like, no more, please.
Amazing.
And my dad said, walks away, gets in the car. I was like, Dad, why'd you hit him? And he goes, we're fine. Everything's cool. Just
never talked about it again.
Just the G-est thing I've ever seen my dad do. Just slap this dude.
I'd be so mixed about that though if that were my husband, because I'd just be like, okay, he has some anger management problems. That was badass. Now my son looks up to him.
Oh, he
and
protected
I'm a little
the family. I'm like, yo, man, this guy they put bottles under our tires. My dad got out and told him that was not okay. The guy pushed him. My dad just gave him one pop.
Amazing.
I was like, damn, my dad's a real one.
Damn.
I ain't slapping nobody in Mexico.
No. It is fascinating being in Mexico City. We're so bummed because I don't know if I'm going to be able to go there right now. Like, it's just not safe to travel. And I know a lot of people are just like, giving the middle finger to the rules and traveling all over the place, which I just think is such a bad look, But it's Fran's dad's 70th birthday. And so, just a few of them, they haven't really left the house. They're gonna get together. And Fran, of course, has business down there. So he is more of and it's stuff that he really needs to get down, like contracts he needs to sign that he can't do from here, meetings with attorneys, things like that. And so he's thinking about going, but now they've just implemented the rule that you have to show a COVID test upon returning. And they haven't had that coming to and from Mexico yet. And it just went into play. Fran's like, it makes it difficult and more expensive because, especially for me, like I was going to go literally for like 48 hours because I have a lot of work going on, but family's so important to him. It's become important. His family's become so important to me that, a 70th birthday for his dad's like a really big deal. And so they want to just have dinner together. And I feel terrible because I just don't think I'm going to go. I think they understand.
It's risky and they should understand and they will.
It's risky right now. Things aren't good in Mexico. Everything's closed. And for me to fly for 48 hours, it's like the second I land, I'll have to get a COVID test, and I told Fran, if we're trying to start a family, like it's just not a good idea. Like I just don't want to fly.
I was just talking to my mom about this. And so she was talking to her dad. He lives down in Mexico. And basically he's been saying that on the news, it's COVID alerts, basically. It's everything is almost like they're scaring people into stay home and be safe. And we have my sister's wedding this year. And
where?
It's in Mexico. And
when?
In May.
Oh.
And so I'm thinking, I was talking to my mom. I'm like, Mom, we really got to start looking at this because these new rules, I know we have a new president. Biden's about to come in. We don't know what he's going to do. And he seems to be more siding with this being safe, which I get. And so I'm like, is the wedding going to get canceled? Or am I going to risk my job going down there? And I know I've already had COVID, but what if there's a different strand or I test positive and then I got to stay there for 14 days on my own dime and I can't come back home to work? And I'm like, there's a lot of adult decisions I got to make here that could be, there's a lot of things that could go wrong too. So I don't know how to go about this. I don't know.
Yeah, they're advising. I mean, the UK is a totally different beast, right? But they've now blocked flights coming from all sorts of places. Yeah. So it's created a whole lot of havoc for people. And they're just saying, just don't, unless it's some sort of real kind of family sort of emergency that you have to fly for. Don't just go traveling willy-nilly because you can afford it or because you can. It takes all the joy out of vacation for me, quite frankly. Yeah. If I have to get a COVID test like every couple of days, who enjoys having to do that? We do that because we're worried we have it and we don't want to infect other people, right? You don't want to do it just so you can go to St. Bart's for the weekend.
Here's the thing. Yeah. The point of vacation is to let go of your stress, right?
Yeah.
And how are you
so stressed?
You can't let go of stress if something's going to be hanging over your head the entire time you're trying to vacation. That's not vacation. That's stresscation, right?
It is a shame though, because man, I'd love to go to Europe. Do you know I've never really done much European travel, and I had saved up some money because it was that's really something that I want to do. And now that I have a more flexible work schedule that I could work from anywhere, I was like, Fran and I wanted to just cruise around all over Europe and see where we want to move one day. And I'm like, well, it's not gonna happen this year.
I've never gone either, Jenna, except for the time we went to London for the Olympics, and it was supposed to be last year, my 10-year anniversary. Kinsey and I were gonna go. Right. We're gonna go to Spain and Italy, and we wanted to go to France and visit my bio dad out there, and just.
But we'll be able to.
Yeah, eventually. Here's the thing:
we'll be able to.
We got plenty of years left on this earth, so it's not like it's anything that needs to be done now. We don't need to expedite it. So I'm willing to be careful and just wait and see how it pans out.
We need to take care of ourselves right now. And one way I'm taking care of myself is with Care Of. This is a wellness brand, makes it super easy to maintain all of your health goals with a customized vitamin plan that will help you feel your best today and support you in the long term. I mean, these are high quality formulated products, good for you, clean ingredients. They're so easy to sign up for as well, right?
Look, you go on their website and you're going to take this quiz, and they're going to ask you questions about your diet, your lifestyle, health concerns to help address your specific wellness goals. And then Care Of's holistic online quiz, it's basically like a one-on-one consultation with a nutritionist without having to leave your house, which is really cool. And then you'll get your personalized, tailored approach to your own unique health needs, which is really cool.
And I've always said, I am not a proponent of these crazy New Year's health resolutions. Like, I'm going to lose weight and depriving myself of all these things that I love. However, I like these little victories, and that's what Care Of is so great for. Because I told you, my one thing I wanted to do was actually start a supplement vitamin regimen, something that I could trust, something that I knew was good, but also convenient. Because as I get older, I need to supplement my diet. I need some things in my life.
And we're always changing too. And you can always change up your pack at any time. Like if there's something that you're thinking, I want to try this out, let them know. What you receive is going to be totally up to you.
And if you want 50% off your first Care Of order, just go to takecareof.com/Fitish50. That's FITISH50 and enter the code Fitish50. Again, that is for 50% off your first Care Of order at takecareof.com/Fitish50, FITISH50, and enter that code Fitish50.
This is like my favorite quiz I've ever taken because there were no wrong answers.
Okay. is it time? I've been doing some quizzing
Speaking of
lately.
Quizzes.
Okay. Now I want you to know that I prepared a little something, but this is actually something that this is what I've learned. Okay. So, but I wanted to lay it out in a way that I thought I couldn't just ramble on, but it is time for the new segment that we said we're going to do. And now, Tommy, you're going to have to insert the music here.
First time doing it. Sorry, guys.
We don't have our producer in here today. He had something more important to do. So but I have picked out a theme song for the segment. But I'm ready. But I have to look at my notes. Yes. Oh, but before I get into my Spanish minute, it is that I have been doing 3 hours a week of Spanish lessons since the end of December. I am not very far along. I am probably at a first or second grade level. I am just learning some vocabulary and a couple of descriptors. So I'm very, 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 very amateur here. Okay?
Here's the goal of the Spanish Minute, Jenna, because I know right now we're going to be touching on what you've been learning and everything, but the goal of the Spanish Minute here, hopefully by the end of the year, is for you and I to have a conversation.
Okay. How amazing would that be?
Which would be great, right? Just start a conversation, talk about it, and boom.
Okay. Insert music here.
Thank you.
Bienvenidos al minuto en español. Me llamo Jenna.
Me llamo José.
Jenna.
Como quieras. Sí.
Mi favorita canción es El Muchacho de los Ojos Triste. That's the song that's playing right now by Jeanette. It's an 80s song.
El Muchacho de los
El Muchacho de los Ojos Triste. And I'm still trying to understand why it's de los and not con los, but I'll ask my teacher about that later.
Of the
sad eyes.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. I wasn't going to speak English here. Okay. ¿Y cómo se dice mi theme song?
Mi canción. Solo puedes decir es mi canción.
Sí,
de tema.
Sí. Okay. J-Si, anoche vi una película. ¿Y tu mamá también?
Ah, ¿en serio te gustó?
Sí, mucho desnudes. Ja.
Muchas chichis.
You're ruining my joke coming up. Yo sé cómo decir me llamo y describirme a mí y tú. Describime. Have describe. Mm-hmm. That's what I've learned so far.
Muy bien.
Me y tú. Como tengo el pelo liso y tenido y largo.
Muy largo.
Y tengo chichis, but you already messed up my fucking joke. Okay, J-Si tiene los ojos cafés.
Sí, muy cafés.
La nariz pequeña.
¿Mi nariz es pequeña?
Sí.
Ah, gracias.
Y J-Si es poco agraciado. No.
I'm grateful.
No, it's supposed to be like you're not that good looking.
Oh.
Isn't that what that means?
No es muy guapo.
Eso es todo para el minuto en español. That's it.
I'll take the compliment though.
I'm sweating.
Jenna said I had a small nose and agraciado. That might be a different way to say.
No, she told me because she was teaching me how to say ugly, right? So I'm learning like how to describe other people. And then she was showing me photos. So I have to learn how to say, he has glasses or he has long hair, he has brown hair. And I was like, but ugly is such a harsh word that I don't think that I would ever use. Well, I just mean like, I wouldn't be like, he's ugly, you know? So I asked her for a way to say like, how do you say someone's not attractive? And so that's what she gave me. And then I said it to Fran the other night and he looked at me and got really upset.
Oh, wow. So it did hit him. Yeah. You could also say no es muy guapo. That's a little bit easier. Because agraciado is that's a long.
That's like not attractive.
Yeah.
Muy. Okay.
Muy agraciado.
Okay, well, that's all I got. So those
I thought you were
are
trying to say I wasn't very agradecido. Like I'm not very grateful.
Agraciado or something like that. Anyway, so that's what I've learned.
Do you feel good now that you're like learning Spanish and you're actually taking it serious?
Dude, it's hard as shit. Like, this is the thing. So I think I spoke about this in a podcast last week. Was it okay?
Yeah.
I mean, I went from just like zero Spanish to this in a month.
If you're listening right now, and I'll tell you, because my kids are learning Spanish and English right now. They go to school. My kids have such an easier time with Spanish because once you learn your a, e, I, o, u, ma, me, mi, mo, mu, ta, te, ti, to, tu, everything is pronounced the way it's written down.
Kinda.
You know what I mean? So it's not.
Well, when you learn it, no, like not like J-Bo. What the fuck is LLEVA? Like, how does that sound like a J and a B?
Because that double L is a
I know, but I'm just saying it's hard. Like,
yeah, I mean, there's a couple letters that are not in the English language, like the double L and the ch.
Yeah, and like you don't have a V sound, it's like a B sound. It's difficult, but it is true. When you're young, your brains are softer and just more malleable. I mean, I want to learn because I want to learn for a lot of reasons, but I also want children to grow up speaking maybe another language too, because I just think it's amazing. But it is intensely difficult as an adult. But what I find myself doing is, so I committed to this last year and I didn't do it, right? And I know people use Duolingo and certain things like that work well, but this is what works for me. And I got a tutor and I'm doing 3 hours a week and some weeks just 2 hours. But I decided it feels like every day I have a Spanish lesson because one day goes by and then the next day it's there and I have homework and it's getting progressively harder because now I'm starting to learn a lot more vocabulary, like all the clothing and, just how to describe people, like I said. So all kind of, all sorts of adjectives like that. And then the associated verbs that go with it. So it's harder, but something clicked with me the other day. And I think you have those moments with a language that I've wanted this with Spanish for a long time, but I'm finally started to get the structure of the sentence down and then a couple of these verbs. So now I understand like tener and I understand, the J-Bo, what is it? Job, yeah.
Llevo.
And then a few of the Sayers. But anyway, so yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm sticking with it. So I'll do my Spanish minute every week.
This one, that's your first Spanish minute that we've done. Mm-hmm. And then when we get down the line, a few months down the line, we can go back and listen to what you are like then and then what you were at.
Step by step though, but I needed an instructor. So and I told you Pamela is amazing from Mexico City, and she's getting her master's of English. So she's a very thick accent. She obviously has a good understanding of both languages. So I wasn't really sure if it was, felt like it was better to go with someone that grew up speaking Spanish, even though there's moments that it can be hard for someone to explain. Just like when I asked Fran, like, why is it El Muchacho de los and not con los? Because I thought it was like the boy with the sad eyes, and with would be like con, like if I want a side of something like, with rice or something, right? But he's like, no, like it's day, but he couldn't really explain why.
Like there's a song Selena Quintanilla sings, El Chico del Apartamento 512. So the guy from the apartment 512, right? It's just, that's just how it is. It's hard for us to explain because we just say it.
Yeah.
Es el chico del apartamento 512. El chico de los ojos tristes.
So but I asked Fran, like, it dawned on me that I was like, I should start watching little kid shows, like the little kid, the things that y'all learn to speak English. I bet it would be easier for me because people say movies, but translations aren't always accurate. And movies, they can be so, I mean, even like Y Tu Mamá También, like I'm paying attention to the dialogue, I'm paying attention to the movie. But I think if I went back and watched like Shrek or Beauty and the Beast or, even like little kid shows where the language in general is going to be super simple, I think that'll help me. But I would love your tips. Just shoot me a message on Instagram.
We started watching
I would love it.
Telenovelas at home. So when we're eating dinner, I'll turn on a telenovela. I can't remember the name of the show. It's La Virgen de Guadalupe or La Rosa, something about La Virgen de Guadalupe. And they have different scenarios each time. So the one that I got my kids on had kids acting in it. And it was about basically eating healthy. And what happens if you don't eat healthy? And it showed how the dad goes to the hospital and stuff.
Amazing.
And like he almost died. And the kids actually were into it. And they kind of understood some of the things here and there. But then we tried to watch an episode the following day. And then there was a guy getting shot to death. So, you know what I mean? Like you got to be careful with those. But
I asked Fran, I was like, don't you have songs for like how we learned? Because I'm learning all the body parts and some I remember and some I don't. And he was like, did you learn like head, shoulders, knees, and toes? And you do have it. You do have the song. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we do have it. Mm-hmm. I don't remember how it goes.
No, it's cabeza, hombros, rodillas, y pies.
Ah, it's the same.
Rodillas y pies.
I don't remember.
And then
singing
it's like,
them.
don't you remember? It's like ojos, ears and mouth and ojos, orejas, boca y nariz. Yeah.
Oh, see, so you're learning.
Yeah, I'm learning, y'all. But see, these songs, I think a lot of people that speak Spanish so fluently don't recognize how much songs like that help us connect the dots.
I'm gonna let you should go listen to Cri Cri. Bring it up to Fran, and I guarantee you, Cri Cri. C-R-I.
Cri Cri.
That's what, those are the songs I listened to when I was a little kid. In fact, I sing them to my kids now.
You're interrupting Jefe's nap.
Sorry, Jefe. Perdóname. I'm sorry. Did he really just wake up? He's pissed off?
Mm-hmm. He's upset.
Man, don't you just want to be a dog? I just want to be a dog for one day.
Look at them right now. I know if you're watching the podcast, which you can do on YouTube, we post it. They are taking their morning naps.
Yeah.
This is their morning nap.
Pugs can't lick their butts, right?
No, it's nice.
Do you have to clean them?
They can kind of lick their private parts, or like their penis and vajayjays a little bit, but no, they can't reach the butt. That was the number one reason my mom told me as I got older that she got a pug, because she hates dogs that just sit there licking their butt all day, because it is gross. Yeah. But no, he can't really. He can they can reach their fronts, but not their butts.
Do you, as a human, think if we could do that, would you try it? I've had this conversation with my friends, I think in high school.
I think you as a human would try it. I don't think I would try to lick my own butt. Well, but of course, I think like any man would do that, yeah.
Would we though? Because then you start questioning like, am I gay? You know, like if I'm doing that to myself.
I don't think that that's gay though, if your own body, right? I don't know. I'm sure that there's a psychological word for it when you just are in love with yourself, right? Narcissism, maybe.
Narcissism, for sure.
It's not gay, it's narcissism, J-Si. On that note.
I don't know if I can do it.
Oh, by the way, we have a Fitish product that came out that I'm going to give you today, but I really want you to like give me some feedback if it works. We launched these energy ampules.
For bros?
No.
For everybody?
My stuff's all unisex. It's just that I feel like you're not going to use like an eye cream as much, but everything we make is unisex. Like nothing's too feminine. But no, we launched these. We don't have really, other than the tinctures, many ingestible products. So it's kind of like a risk we were taking, but it's CBG and energy. So there's some caffeine in there, but 80 milligrams. So like not quite as much as a cup of coffee, but they're these little ampules. I think they're pretty cool. So I want you to try them. Yeah. And see what you think about it. So CBG is like CBD. It's THC free, but it's like another great cannabinoid. And so I don't know, this whole business is very interesting, but the ampules are cool. We thought how great to take these, but I took one the other day. We didn't have any coffee up here and we were working out up here and I took one and 10 minutes later I was like, wow, shit. Like I feel energized and focused. I mean, kind of a la like a 5-hour energy sort of situation, you know, but it doesn't make you, it's not like people ask if they can use it for pre-workout. Sure. But it's not going to make you tingly. Okay. Like, I don't think it doesn't have that ingredient in it.
Cause you know, I just found out, and this is weird that I just found out this, cause I've been working out since I was like 14 years old, but I used to puke after workouts pretty frequently, especially if it was high intensity cardio workouts, right? So I would work out with my buddy David, who's a ex NFL player, and like we would do these crazy intense high, and you know, like our heart rates would freaking go up to like 180 type workouts, and I would puke every time, and I thought I was in shape, and I realized it's because I was taking pre-workout before. If you're ever gonna go do a high intensity workout,
don't take pre-workout.
Don't take a pre-workout. And I didn't know this until I finally brought it up. I'm like, yo, I keep puking. And he goes, one of the guys in the workout was like, did you take a pre-workout? And I said, yeah. And he goes, dude, you're spiking your heart rate on top of spiking your heart rate. So of course your body's just going to go into, let's get this out of our system. And it makes you puke. So I don't know how truthful that is, but the last few times I've done really high intensity workouts, I did not take any pre-workout or any caffeine, and I did not puke.
Amazing. Interesting.
But for weightlifting, absolutely.
Yeah, I wonder what ingredient is in there that's making you do that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, on that note, mine aren't going to make you puke. I don't think. But they're small, and you could dump them in water if you want.
It's low.
But yeah, so we're offering those. We started like offering some workout equipment too, but I wanted to tell you about ShipStation because it's been really strange to, you know, and a good thing if you're thinking about getting into business, to get into a direct to consumer business because we're all buying more stuff online. Frankly, we didn't have any other option for a while, right? But it really is a good time to start selling your own things online, you know, no matter what kind of product business you're in. And I have used ShipStation since the inception of my business. It's just such a fabulous platform. And, you know, we've increased sales during this period of time because people are ordering so much from us. So we need to be with a system that we trust. So what is ShipStation? Okay, well, it is it's a management system to ship all of your orders from all of your sales channels, right? So like I use Shopify, right, as my platform. So if that's how you want to sell your things, maybe you just want to sell stuff on Amazon or Etsy, you're making jewelry or you're just making a craft that you want a more convenient way to sell. ShipStation is what you need to be using. You can import all your orders, ship with any carrier using their deeply discounted rates, automate any shipping task. I mean, it's so cool at my fulfillment center, J-Si, like all the labels just print off. And so my fulfillment team, like all they have to do is just like put the order in the box, depending on, you know, what the customer ordered, throw it on and it's ready to go. And we can track everything within ShipStation. And they work with USPS, FedEx, UPS. So you can compare, you can choose the best shipping solution for you and your customer, since obviously the customer is paying the shipping. So ShipStation is the #1 choice of online sellers. Ship more in less time with some of the best rates available anywhere. And I'm telling you, I encourage you, start your own business. Do something on Etsy. Do something on Amazon, Shopify, like myself. And
boutique, whatever you want to do. Exactly. That's what my wife used to use when she had Stom McKinsey. It was ShipStation.
Start exploring this, okay? Go to ShipStation.com. Use the offer code FITISH, FITISH. You're going to get a 60-day free trial. That's 2 months free of no hassle, stress-free shipping at ShipStation.com. Click that microphone at the top of the page and type in the word FITISH. Again, that's ShipStation.com and enter the offer code FITISH. ShipStation. Make ship happen. It's close there.
Awesome tag.
It's a little closer. I love their tagline. It's really fun. Yeah. Okay, well, try my peak effect energy ampules and let me know if you puke. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I probably won't puke because I don't do high intensity anymore.
Do I have to pay you? Like, what if I want to start getting you to, you know how like through the radio show or just through social media, people can pay you to post? Like, do I have to go through the show? Can I just like pay you to post?
No, I just give you the homie discount.
The homie discount and you'll post about it?
Yeah, okay. For sure.
Or you want like a rev share?
As long as you, I'll take a rev share. Yeah.
If you're throwing those out there, that's cool. 15% off with the code JC.
All I'm asking is that you get rid of Franny's all jean outfits, and I'm good.
You don't like them? I love them. No, bro, you know, even better, he wore it on the motorcycle.
I know. I saw that. I was like, bro, at least put on some sort of t-shirt to break that up a little bit.
I don't know what he was thinking.
I love that guy.
I like it. I like the full denim. Yeah, he is a fashion mind of his own sometimes. It's like usually pretty good, and then sometimes he goes a little outside the box.
Oh, I wish. There's so many times I was like, man, I wish I could dress like Franny. But there's a certain dude that can do that. Fran's one of those guys.
He's so funny. He's been working out so much lately too, which is great. But then he'll like at night, he's just like, I think that like my clothes are tighter, but he's been working out every day. I was like, yeah, probably because he's working out so much that he's so hungry. I mean, that is the absolute biggest downside to exercising more. I've been going through weeks now. Last year I was terrible. I worked out like once a week, if that. This year I'm trying to get back to just like 2 or 3 times a week, which is great. But I am ravenous. I am sore. I am tired. I feel really good like when I'm going to sleep at night and waking up in the morning, because fitness, I mean, exercise is just going to make you feel good, but it's just funny all the things you have to complain about after you start working out more, you know, because you drink more water, you have to pee in the middle of the night, you're really, really hungry all the time. And then I feel like I'm bulking because I'm working out more. And he's like making popcorn every night, which I know popcorn's kind of a healthy snack. I don't really like popcorn much. He loves popcorn.
I think the Mayans used to use it as energy sources.
And he makes a bowl of popcorn every single night, even after we've had dinner. It's such a funny thing.
See, when I try to like lean up, I stop eating at 6, and that is the hardest thing. So I already screwed up my water intake. You know, my little jug that I had a couple times, Jenna, it's done. It's too much to fill up. So like, I'm just doing glasses. I'm trying.
I'm sorry, I meant to ask you about that. That didn't last.
I gave up, and then I was trying to do dry January. Kinsey kamikazed it.
Why don't you do February? It's the shortest month.
I'm gonna try February.
Do dry Feb.
I can't do it because Kinsey doesn't let me. We went to a restaurant. I went to the bathroom. I get up, come back. There's a drink at my chair.
Brilliant move, Kins.
And I go, Kinsey, what are you doing? She goes, it's the weekend.
Well done.
I was like, I'm doing dry January. We went to the dog park yesterday, which, by the way, we're doing this on a Tuesday, right? It's a Monday, and it was MLK Day. We took the dogs to the dog park. I get back. She has a drink for me. I said, Kinsey, I thought you said just the weekend. She goes, yeah, but it's MLK weekend.
Yep.
So she's finding all these reasons for me to drink. So I had freaking drinks, and then
Fran drinks more than I do. I mean, it's been nice. We used to not have much alcohol at home, and now we always have alcohol at home, which I think is great because then he can just have a drink and I can just sit there.
Yeah, I might quit altogether. I felt just that little bit of drinking made me feel awful.
I bet.
I just don't.
You get up so early. I drink way more now that I don't have to get up at 4 a.m.
Yeah, right.
I can have a glass of wine like every night. Before, I would feel so hungover.
I think I might be one of those never drinks again, kind of like J-Lo.
I'm going to say this, okay?
Oh, you hate those people, don't you?
I don't believe that she's never had Botox. That's really bothering me.
Oh, you don't believe that she's ever had? Yeah, we touched
talking about how, and then you read all the comments. Yeah, because she's selling a skincare line now. I actually just did an interview for a publication here, and the last question they asked me on the interview was, can we talk about your thoughts on, not plastic surgery, because of course plastic surgery is different than injectables, right? Like Botox and filler and that sort of thing.
Like injectables are so just common now, right?
I am just, it's just one of those things for me that I have 2 issues with it. I feel I am transparent, and I even said in the interview, I mean, yeah, I guess a lot of women, you want to just, you want to take credit for your own beauty or your skin, right? And especially when you own a skincare business. But I am transparent. I get Botox. I have gotten filler. I've always been honest about it. Now, I have pulled back from it because when I'm testing products and stuff, there's a difference between skincare and the texture of your skin. But there is no wrinkle cream in the entire world that is going to erase like years of great memories and expressions and crow's feet that are really deeply set in. It's just not going to happen. Lasers and treatments and Botox and filler, that's what needs to happen if you want to get rid of all of your lines, So I actually started getting it done kind of young, mainly at Kid Craddock and Kelly's request, because I asked them if I needed Botox, and I think I was like 29 years old or something like that. And I was like, do I need Botox? Because I had never had it done. And they were like, yes. And I was like, oh man.
Do I need Botox?
No.
Okay, cool.
No,
Thanks.
Guys are different though, and then with women it can be preventative. But when I saw her come out with that skincare line and then she said that's all she's been using, and I don't think the public believes it at all. I think people are too smart now for it. But I hate it. I hate when I see, especially like other women in the industry that have skincare lines and they say that they don't get any work done. Now, I do think that some women just age way better than other women.
Yeah.
But in general, I just hate that kind of dishonesty because she has so much money. She's gotten plenty of stuff done, and it may not be surgery, but oh, look who it is.
The Fantastic is here, everybody.
He's not in his double. We were just talking about your outfits. Come on over. We're like about to wrap up the podcast, but you might as well come say hi. We got the dogs. We're chilling. Thank you. Hi. A chai. Thank you, baby.
Sit down.
Sit down. Oh, you missed my Spanish minute.
Oh no.
She did excellent.
Really?
Yeah, she did great.
No, she's doing great.
Le salió muy bien el español.
We've been practicing and she's been doing great. She even challenges my Spanish.
¿En serio?
No,
Yes, yeah.
Don't.
Yeah, no. Like, not that you challenge my Spanish.
Oh, but yeah, I asked some questions like why is it day not con? Why is it this? Yes. How's the shower?
It fixed.
See?
It fixed.
You fixed it.
Yeah.
You fixed it.
That's very sexy, babe.
I feel like a weird third wheel right now.
We're done, babe. We're done with the podcast for the day.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds really good.
You want to do the next one?
You should join us next week. I mean, we'd love to have you. You have to make sure that she watches Chespirito. That's the one thing.
Yeah,
she
for
needs to watch.
sure.
El Chavo del Ocho.
Cri-cri.
And listen to Cri-cri.
Cri-cri it's really good. It was my childhood. Like,
I sing the songs. Like one day when you have little ones running around, he'll probably be singing Cri-cri to them.
Cri-cri.
Yeah.
Los Tres Cochinitos is the song I sing.
I was teaching her Pimpón es un muñeco.
Pimpón es un muñeco.
Oh, is that weird little cardboard girl?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cardboard boy.
Yeah.
Cardboard boy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ping pong, ping pong, ping pong. All right, that's everything for everybody. Bye.